Good morning, everyone. My name is Tevel. I'm 17 years old from Haifa, and I'm a counselor in Tevel. For those of you who don't know, Tevel is the Leadership and Public Diplomacy program by StandWithUs that empowers Israeli high school students to represent Israel globally. Tevel focuses on developing participants' skills in public speaking, debate, and leadership, while deepening participants' understanding of Israel, anti-Semitism, and Jewish identity.
Hi everyone, my name is Eliza. I'm 21, originally from New Jersey, and I currently work for Birthright. I'm a proud alum of the Stand With Us Emerson Fellowship of 2023-24, a program that educates, supports, and inspires college students to engage their peers on campus and lead programs about Israel, the Jewish people, and anti-Semitism.
Hi guys, I'm Lauren. I'm 27 years old. I was born and raised in Israel, born in the Druze village, second largest Druze village in Israel by the Lebanese border, called Yarka. I'm a proud alum of Stand With Us Israel, by the way, recently. And the fellowship that identifies, empowers Israelis to be better ambassadors for our own country.
When I first joined Tevel, I realized I was stepping out of my comfort zone. And little did I know that this step would lead me to finding my new comfort zone, a place of personal growth, learning, and empowerment. Through Tevel, I learned how to speak confidently in front of an audience. I was given the opportunity to speak in front of all 200 Tevel students at the final ceremony at a project called Israel's Next Generation, when I and other members of Tevel were lecturing to other students about the things we learned throughout the year. On my first year, I learned about the image of Israel in the world, gained a deeper understanding of Israeli society and the history of the Israeli-Arab conflict, and studied about modern anti-Semitism, which is a topic rarely covered in schools today. By the end of my first year, I fully embraced my Israeli identity. In my second year, I was given the incredible opportunity to lead a project aimed to educate Jewish teens outside of Israel on how to address anti-Semitism effectively. Using an engaging virtual game, we provided them with knowledge about Israel and Jewish history. This experience not only allowed me to make a magnificent impact, but also helped me to develop my leadership skills. By the end of my second year, I had formed a strong Jewish identity, especially after October 7 had happened and the rise of anti-Semitism across the world. Now, on my third year of Tevel, I've become part of the Tevel staff. I'm a counselor of second-year participants, and together with Sean and Yuval, we make a great team. This is our opportunity to leave our mark in Tevel. But for me, Tevel is more than just a program. It is my home, my safe space. It's a place I turn to in challenging times. The people I got to know from Tevel are people from all corners of our great country. Those people have become an inseparable part of my life. When I tell people that I, as a secular person, have friends that are religious, and that together we went to Dalyat Carmel, a Druze village where our friend lives, to celebrate Purim, they don't believe me. But Tevel is the proof that we have an alternative. We can live together no matter how different we are. We can be friends and love each other no matter how far we live from each other. We can learn from each other. We can lead. We can make a change.
When I first joined Stand With Us in 2023, I thought it would be an interesting fellowship that would help expand my knowledge of Israel and give me the tools to bring to campus. Little did I know how much of an impact and lifeline the program would become for me over the year and until today. On October 7th, the story of what was happening in Israel was unfolding very slowly in my Orthodox community. No one had any information about what was happening, but my immediate thought was that my campus is vulnerable and I would need to combat the misinformation Students for Justice in Palestine would be spreading. As soon as Chag ended, even before Havdalah, I called my campus police and I tried to explain through tears what happened across the world and why it mattered to a small Jewish community 6,000 miles away. I used the Stand With Us booklets and fact sheets to learn how anti-Semitism manifests, how to define and identify it, and how to call for action. I successfully advocated for a large security presence at our impromptu October 7th vigil, especially in light of the SJP's celebration a short distance away. As the war progressed and I lost all of my campus friends, I relied on my peers through the fellowship and my training from Stand With Us to keep me together through the microaggressions, rude or hostile comments, and the nasty glances I would get for walking around campus with my Israeli flag, tall and proud. I learned to gauge when would be an effective time to engage with others and when to just let it go. Come March, at the International Stand With Us conference, our first time being together after October 7th, it was such a comfort and relief to be in a room where I knew I could express myself freely and I didn't have to defend my values and beliefs, which I would always defend when I had to, but didn't in that moment. It's the largest group therapy ever, I joked to my friend as we sat and spent the weekend hearing stories from our friends on campuses across the country and world. The training and knowledge Stand With Us provided through the Emerson Fellowship Training Conference and the International Conference, as well as the weekly updates, the monthly webinars, innovative programs, and ideas from other students across the country and globe proved invaluable. It was thanks to Stand With Us that I knew my history and facts, and I gained the confidence to stick up for myself and Jews and our allies around the world. I recall at one of the events that we held, where we hosted Artists for Israel, graffiti artists who spray painted t-shirts as a fun way to engage students and spark conversation about Israeli culture and arts. Students for Justice in Palestine crashed the event and tried to disrupt it, getting their members to ask our artists to draw Hamas, terrorists, and flags on the t-shirts. Obviously, we refused to allow that, and we refused to promote the symbols of hate and terror at our event, and we asked the artists to reject that suggestion. Meanwhile, the SJP grew increasingly hostile and confrontational. It was thanks to Stand With Us legal training that I knew New Jersey was a one-party consent state, and that meant I had the legal right to record these students who were harassing us, documenting their activities and identities. I showed the recording to campus police and administration, who promptly had the bullies removed. Over my last year in college, Stand With Us gave me a voice. They gave me the information and the strength to stand up for myself and my friends and my beliefs, to not back down in the face of hate, and inspired me to answer questions about my post-graduation plans by saying proudly, I'm moving to Israel, a plan that came to fruition last August.
I'm the oldest of 5 children. My older brother is a prison police officer, and my sister is in med school. My dad has been serving in the Israeli Defense Forces for the last 30 plus years. At the age of 18, I joined National Service, Shirut Leumi, and completed 2 full years at my city, and then I moved to Haifa City, where I studied my nursing degree and became a qualified nurse really recently, as well as my MA in Public Health Studies. Thanks. On October 7th, I received a call from my dad, who is a commander in Golani unit in Brigade 210, saying that we are at war after Hamas terrorists invaded the Israeli-Gazan border and murdered, raped, and kidnapped Israelis, both from their own bedroom and from the Nova Festival in the south. I found myself working around the clock in Rambam Hospital in the north, in the Haifa City, in surgical department, where I treated wounded soldiers and Israeli citizens. Unfortunately, on the 27th of July last year, 12 children of the Druze Majul Shams village in the Golan Heights were murdered by the Flak 1 rocket by Iran from the terror regime of Hezbollah in Lebanon. These kids were from the age 8 to 15. They were murdered while playing soccer on a Saturday. They were all murdered just because they were Israelis. As a Druze Israeli, all of this makes me feel even closer to my identity, and that's why I joined Stand With Us, Israel Fellowship, which selected 125 Israelis students every year, and helps us become a better ambassadors for our own country.
The skills, the knowledge, and the relationship I gained through Tevel have made me who I am today. This program didn't just shape my future, it shaped me, an Israeli, a Jewish young woman, and above all that, a Zionist. Thank you.
With my training at StandWithUs Israel, and my ability to speak 3 languages, Arabic, Hebrew, and English, I was ready to take on the world. After the fellowship, I started working on StandWithUs UK office in London as an Israeli Druze educator. Times are rough, but nothing confuses the haters more than speaking with a Druze Zionist. I'm a proud Druze Israeli. First language is Arabic. Let them dare to tell me this is an apartheid state. Nothing about my country is apartheid. I'm a true example of that. And I will keep on speaking up, sharing my non-Jewish Israeli voice to the whole world.
I'm forever grateful for the experience and encouragement Stand With Us gave me, and I don't know how I would have survived the year without them. Thank you.
Stand With Us is the reason I am standing here up in front of you all today. And I can promise you this, we will never stop. Toda, shukran, and thank you. Am Israel Chai.